Hey, all you lovely souls. I'm out here on this beautiful spring summer day. It's like 80 degrees today. The sun is starting to go down, so it's cooling down. But I figured it'd be a perfect opportunity to just make a video and come out in nature and just get grounded. So here we go. We're going to dive into fear and particularly anxiety and how to overcome anxiety and allowing yourself to step into your confident era. And by the way, my name is Candy. I am your quirky wellness guide. I am a group fitness instructor, personal trainer, 200-hour meditation teacher, and I'm just growing my skill sets. Hopefully, I'm going to soon be a yogi as well. I want to offer as many wellness tools to people, to offer as much as I can to help others. So let's dive into the growth today of overcoming anxiety, because as I'm growing and I've overcome anxiety and I have a lot of anxiety on a regular basis, I figure I can also help you out. So let's first dive into what really is anxiety. If you didn't watch my other video that I made, I'll see if I can post it above here, or maybe it'll be up here. I made a video on fear and what it really is, how to conquer fear, and how to just empower yourself from it. And basically, there's like two main themes of emotions. There's emotions that stem from love, there's emotions that will stem from fear. Even anger will come from fear. And so anxiety is obviously in the category of fear, right? Rather than a love emotion. And so anxiety can come from many things. It can be a chemical imbalance in your brain where maybe you're naturally more prone to having anxiety throughout your lifetime. And a lot of times people have anxiety from past circumstances, how you're conditioned, how you're raised. And when you're growing up, your brain is like a sponge, so it'll soak up all the information that's around you. So you might notice like throughout your lifetime as you get older, maybe it's a little hard to rewire your mind and be able to overcome some traumas from your past. But a lot of anxieties will come from past experiences and wanting to avoid going through the same kind of emotions and experiences that weren't so happy or weren't so pleasant, right? And so when we have anxiety, just as I explained in the other video I made, it's a physiological response in our body. So it's like your mind is just really just trying to protect you. And it's like your body will have the response of like feeling anxiety. Maybe you'll feel like your throat choke up. Maybe you'll feel like stiff. Maybe your breathing will be short. You'll be only breathing into your neck or your chest. So there's a lot of ways your anxiety can show up. And I think the first thing in terms of just overcoming your anxiety is acknowledging it. Notice how it shows up. Notice how it comes up in your body. It can be different for many of us. There's similar symptoms, but maybe someone feels pounding in their chest more than someone else. For me, I think my breathing would actually get short and would sort of stop. I don't notice as much of like a pounding, but maybe I'll feel flushed. Breathing will be short. So that's how it shows up for me. First thing is just acknowledging how that fear shows up and accepting it for what it is in that moment. Really being able to be present with, okay, why do I feel this anxiety? Maybe take yourself away from the situation that you're in that moment and be able to observe it. If you're like in a building, go to the bathroom. If you're at work, be able to step away and observe that. If you're like in a social gathering with friends, maybe it's a little harder to be able to step away and observe that. But I think the more that you do it, the faster you'll be in being able to identify your anxiety and then be able to flip a switch for it to turn into confidence and be able to like challenge yourself. And so how would you go about doing that? So I think there's two ways to be able to flip your anxiety. Once you've noticed it, you can turn it around into confidence. So one way to flip your anxiety, turn it around into being your more confident you in your confident era, is just actually rationalizing with yourself, okay, what's the possibility that what I'm actually afraid of is going to happen? And most of the time, what we're afraid of doesn't actually happen. If there's a chance of it happening, it's like, I can't give exact statistics based on people's experiences, but it's like a lot of the time, like no situation's going to be exactly the same, right? So if the situations are going to be different, you got to allow yourself to be able to take a little bit of risks, take the chance to be able to see if you can go through this situation in a different way, and maybe your fear won't happen after all. Once you allow yourself to weigh out, okay, will this fear of mine actually happen? Like, will the worst case scenario happen? I think that's important to think about the different possibilities, and there's always going to be different ways, different outcomes of a situation. So if you allow yourself to sit and settle for a moment, okay, will the worst case scenario happen? And if the possibility seems low that the worst case scenario will happen, then that should be a way to help you feel a little more comfort into your present moment with what you're doing or what action you're about to take, whatever you're feeling anxious about. And then once you also weigh that out, allow yourself to think of the possibility, okay, what if my fear does happen? What if what I'm anxious about does actually come true? And then if you can think about, okay, if that happens, like what's the outcome after that? Are you still alive after all is said and done? You know, is everything, is anything actually harmed? Is anyone or anything actually harmed? And then when you actually sit with that for a moment and you realize, like, okay, well, no, it's not like my life is in some incredible, crazy danger from whatever I'm anxious about, then you realize, like, okay, well, it's not so bad after all to go through that. And just being able to be present to think about these things is so crucial, because our minds are like just constantly on the move, and sometimes we just think of things that, like, it's just they definitely won't even happen, and then you get too afraid of doing something, and then you miss a chance maybe on showing your most confident self, being the best you. Maybe even you miss out on a chance of helping someone else out. Like, maybe you miss an opportunity to connect with someone. There's so many avenues, and just being able to overcome your anxiety and take a chance on whatever that may be is, I think, very crucial, just because we live one life, right? And so would you rather regret not taking a chance on doing something, or would you rather have done it, said you tried anyway, right? Okay, and to recap that first part, so being present with the fear and then weighing it out and seeing what's the possibility it actually will come true. And if it does, then, what happens after that? Are you still alive after that? Did you grow from that experience? Did the worst case scenario actually harm anyone, you or anything? And if that's the case, like, see yourself on the other side of that fear coming true. And I think that's one way to feel confident, because you allow yourself to step into some, like, an alternate reality in a way. You allow yourself to see yourself in a light of, like, okay, I can go through this challenging, difficult thing and still be okay after it. And I think that's one of the most powerful things that you can do. If you find yourself having a hard time being present, being able to hold space for yourself and being able to be aware of how you're feeling, I highly recommend meditating, because I am a 200-hour meditation teacher. I have meditations on my channel, so I have a playlist that I can link also above. It's probably going to be here. I can never really tell which side it's going to be, but it'll be linked above. You can try some of these meditations out. I've had a few people already tell me now that doing my meditations helped them feel less anxiety, and so that means the world to me, because as someone who struggles with anxiety myself, I want to be able to help other people overcome that feeling of fear within them too, because it can hold us back from just being our best selves and doing things in life. So feel free to check it out, and I would love to know if you enjoyed those. Feel free to comment on those. And so my second tip, idea on being able to conquer your anxiety and step into your most confident era is linked to what I was saying toward the end of my first point, or my first tip, and that is actually just feeling the fear, feeling the anxiety, and doing it anyway. Whatever it is that you're anxious about, as long as it's not going to hurt someone, if it's something that can actually challenge you and help you grow as a person. I did say this in my other video as well, that just feel it and allow yourself to do it anyways, because one of the number one things I realize in life is just that we have to be uncomfortable in order to grow. You know, we have to feel stress in order to grow. We go through heartbreaks in order to grow as people. We would work out and stress out our muscles, which feels negative at the time, but then once you build the muscles back up, they're stronger, right? And so it's just like that with everything in life. And so if you're able to allow yourself to feel the anxiety, just continue push through anyway. Like, allow yourself to be as positive as you can be. You know, of course, don't feel anxiety and fear and then just soak in it and feel terrible. You want to be able to like still continue to push through, still continue to see the positivity, the silver linings, and whatever that situation or circumstance is. And once you get through that situation, and then you will actually be on the other side of it. So instead of just only imagining, okay, what if the fear does happen? What if the worst case scenario does happen? And then seeing yourself surviving on the other side of it, then this time in this step, you can actually just do the thing that you're anxious about or fearful of. And once you complete it, then you actually see the outcome of that. And then in that way, it can allow you to build a sense of resilience. You know, if what you were fearful of doesn't happen, and every single moment that you're able to accomplish that, you feel a little more confident within yourself naturally, because you're able to see like, okay, I proved my worried mind wrong, you know? And our minds are there to protect us. Our minds are there to help us not repeat things that we didn't enjoy in the past. But being able to rationalize that and then choose to take action on, okay, if this is something that's going to help me, then I should go for it and I should try it out. Just like I said before, you know, you don't want to regret not doing something just because you're afraid of what ifs, you know, what ifs that may not even happen. Like, really actually think about that. Like, something could not happen and you're not just not going to do it because you're worried that it could. Like, it's crazy, right? There's so many different possibilities in life. I even said this before, that filming these videos actually is a sense of a challenge for me too. Like, I still have a little bit of anxiety filming these videos. I'm probably going to continue having a little bit of anxiety. Teaching my fitness classes and leading meditation, guided meditations, like, I would still feel anxiety at the beginning of all those things. But it's because all those things are allowing me to grow. They're allowing me to step into my power. They're allowing me to speak and have my voice and share that with others. And that can feel crazy uncomfortable, you know, but it's like, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm doing the thing and people will either resonate with me or they won't. And then that's it. And I see that like, okay, you know, it's going to be fine. Like, I'm not doing anything that's actually going to harm anyone. I'm trying to empower people. And then I see the importance of that. And that's what actually helps me have confidence to speak on camera. And I'm still getting used to it to this day, but I'm glad I'm doing better. I see myself growing all the time, and now I feel much more confident. You know, it's like a mixture of emotions. You'll have the both, but you definitely like feel much more confident over time. And I believe I'm living proof of that. Like, I used to have such major anxiety, like, seriously, and even if I still struggle with it to this day, I'm able to power through like pretty much all of it, most of it, you know. And it's still work in progress for me. I'm not perfect at it by any means. But anytime I notice that I'm anxious, I do try to see like, okay, maybe I can power through this and try, you know, let me at least try. And you deserve to give yourself that, you know, give yourself a chance to try. On a scientific level, you at the very least allow your brain to be rewired and your mind is able to reconstruct, okay, possibilities in your head. You don't think that everything is going to be the worst case scenario. So I recommend giving it a try. And if you need support from anyone, don't be afraid to ask for support. You know, actually, I think that'll be my tip number 3. I didn't even actually plan out 3 tips, but I think, yes, if you need support, that's one way to overcome anxiety and build confidence. Like, have a support system, even if it's just one best friend that you have, or if you have like a little group of people that can be your supporters, can be your ride or dies, your cheerleaders. You know, you need those people in your life that are going to be able to tell you like, hey, like, you got this, you know. And if you don't have those people in your life right now, then you know what, comment down below and I'll be your cheerleader. I'll tell you that you can do what you want to do and you can overcome your fears and your anxieties. You got this. You hear me? You got this. All right, so the sun's going down and I think it's time for you to sign out on this video before it gets dark. Definitely sit with those 3 points, being present with the fear, actually weighing out the possibilities of it, being able to just do the fear, feel the fear and do it anyway, right? So part 1 had 2 parts, right? Being present, and weighing out the possibilities. Number 2 was feeling the fear, doing it anyway, to actually now like see yourself on the other side of that anxiety. And then 3 is just having a support system, one friend even at least, or even me. Reach out to anyone that you can. A YouTube group, anyone. There's always going to be people that will understand what you're going through and they will support you. And so I hope whoever watches this, whoever needs it, can feel some kind of support, even if it's just from me. And if you feel alone, know that you really aren't. And so many of us in this world, we go through similar things, and you just gotta find the right people. And maybe this video can be a sign for you. But yeah, if in any way this video struck a chord for you, you're able to get like an aha light bulb moment, you felt inspired in any way, or you feel like a sense of like, okay, a call to action, I gotta like do something about this, I gotta like conquer my anxiety, like comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts. Comments motivated down below in the comments. Like if you feel motivated, I would love to know. And also share with me where you're tuning in from. I would love to know who on YouTube I'm connecting with, because to me it's important to build a community, and I'm glad that online gives us a chance to do that. And if it's used with the right intentions, then you can definitely make a difference, and that's what I want to do. And so I hope I was able to help someone out here feel a little more of their own power. You're definitely able to do what you want to do, and if I can do YouTube videos, me, shy girl, who like never really wanted to raise my hand in class, never get picked on in class, can speak on a video and allow this to reach like hundreds of people, whoever, then I hope that this encourages you to also step into your power and realize the potential of what you can do. So yeah, if this resonated with you in any way, please like the video, comment motivated down below, and please subscribe if you can, because that'll help the algorithm on YouTube know that, okay, my videos are doing something for people, and they'll push it out more to other people. Definitely would love to help more people out there. And share with people, anyone that you think may need this, anyone who may have anxiety that you think may need this, please share this with them, because hopefully it'll help them not feel alone in this world. Okay, so love you guys. That is all from me. One love. Namaste. Peace out.